So I'm going to roast some vegetables. The first thing I'm going to do is put some oil into my roasting dish. This is just an extra virgin olive oil that I got in Aldi, I think. I'm just put a tiny bit of that in, and I'm going to wash it all around with a bit of tissue paper. Just to stop it sticking more than anything else. You could also use a spray oil for this. I don't particularly like the taste of spray oil, so I just use a bit of olive oil. These are just a few things I'm going to roast: onion, courgette, carrot, celery, and a little bit of asparagus. So I'm going to start with the onion. I start by cutting the top off, leave the skin on. I then cut it half down the middle and take the dry skin off. When I've taken the skin off, I leave the little root on just to hold the onion together while I'm chopping it up. So when I'm chopping it up, I chop it down this way. Now you need a sharp knife. Getting a good sharp knife and a good wooden chopping board is essential for cooking. So I chop it down now. It's hard to do while I'm holding the phone, but I chop it down this way, and then I turn it around and I chop it this way. So that's how I'm going to chop it. So there it is, chopped. You can chop around the root there to take off a little bit at the end, and I'm going to put that into my dish. And I've chopped up a few carrots. So the carrots I just peeled and sliced in half, and then sliced long ways. You know, I sliced the carrot down the middle both ways and then sliced it into little chunks like that. It doesn't actually really matter how you slice it. So that's the onion and the carrot. So here's my carrot peeled. So this is the carrot. I peeled it, chopped off both ends and chopped it in half. Then I chop it in half again. And I turn it around and chop each of these halves. Have a flat side down. Chop each of these halves into long strips like that. So the courgette I just cut the same way. I cut the top and the bottom off. I'll cut it in half again here, and then I'll cut each of these in half like I did with the carrot, and then I'll cut exactly the same way as I did for the carrot. And with the asparagus, from about here down is too tough to eat, so I sort of use from about here up. It seems quite a waste, but it's just too fibrous to eat. So I just wash them, cut that bit off, and you can just chuck them in whole into the roasting dish. They'll roast quite quickly. And the celery I just cut up like that. You want to keep the sort of the onion and the celery quite small, and the carrot small enough, because they'll take the longest to cook. Courgette will cook quite quickly, and the asparagus will cook quite quickly. So there's all the vegetables in there. You can do lots of different types of vegetables, but the best vegetables to roast are these sort of vegetables, root vegetables like beetroot, sweet turnip, parsnip is very good. And you can do lots of different types of red onion, scallion, red onion, white onion, and then peppers, tomatoes, things like that. So while you're cutting all the veg, you can have the oven heating up to about 180 to 200. So my veggies have been in for about 10 minutes now. I'm just going to give them a quick turn. They're cooking very nicely. This is a really handy way to cook vegetables if you've got something in the oven anyway, if you've got a roast in or something like that. And you can also, sometimes I just sprinkle on a little bit of salt. So this has been in for another 20 minutes. I actually turned up the heat to quite high, say about 200, 220. And these are all cooked now. You could, they're not crispy, like you need more oil in them to turn them really crispy. But they're done, they're soft, they're delicious now. You can either have them like this right now, or else I cool them and add them to a dinner later.